action here, start of the second term. The Jets currently all over the Basin Bears here at H.E. Parker Reserve, and in it comes as the tap one down now here by Evans, who's into the ruck now in place of Naina, and we'll have another ball up just to the right of the centre bounce circle. In it comes again. Tap one down now by the base, and this time, I think Mills went a little high there, and indeed the free kick going the way here of Ryan Young, and we'll take it in the centre of the ground.
Another clearance coming up for Heathmont.
This one comes towards the end of the centre square, and an easy mark there for Stevens. Turns and quickly puts this one in towards full forward. Plenty of players there. Good spoil affected by Kieran Roberts. It bounces out now here to Watson, and his kick now in towards the half-back flank is taken there by Thompson, who's probably been one of the more prolific players for the Basin in this game so far, with plenty of touches. His short kick finds Bo Dowler up a long way, and the Basin, as we've seen so far, just moving it by inches. Here's Brown, his short kick. And that mark taken there on the half-back flank here by the Bears. They kick now moving towards their forward 50. Plenty of players there. And good mark taken there for the Jets by Declan. And he steadies the ship now here for the Jets. Just a minute played now here in this second quarter. They swing it round towards the near side of the ground. And while holding the call, and that looks like it's going to go the way of the Jets. I think it was Jones, the offender there for the Bears. And Evans going to take the free kick now inside his own back pocket. Looks upfield, kicks it in towards the direction now here. Bruzy, it's dropped, but he probably should have taken. Ball bounces through him. Unable to get it there with Sindri, but Bell gets a hand pass out now there to Mills, and it comes now here to Brown. His kick is smothered off the boot. Doing the roving there beautifully there was Cassini. Took it mid-flight, turned it, gave it to Bruzy, and got it right back from him. His kick now in towards centre half back. Norris took the mark going back with the flight as Watson was right on his hammer.
So Norris hands it off to his teammate in English, who's looking for options, and he just goes for a short one, just holding it up with Burley. So Burley in the centre circle goes out wide to the outer side. Another pass, keeping it in hand, and the lead from Odermatt's good. He's close to the boundary line on half forward, but he takes it out in front. And now with the left boot, he puts it into a hot spot with a wobbler. Great with the flight of the ball, just ducking back there was Kruger. Showed some courage. No one came to hit him, but he didn't know that. Took the mark. He puts it out of the wing where they come body on body. Odermatt wins it to his teammate by getting it to ground level. Coming in late for the spoil was Stevens for Heathmont, but it's Kruger again at ground level, roving the situation, hands it off to a teammate. Now, will Adams be allowed to play on? No, it's not. The free kick to Basin, so it's going to go to Heathmont. And what was the free kick there for, Dan?
It was holding. He was held out after he disposed of the footy.
So it's Heathmont just outside of the scoring zone. Pass into the pocket. Brown on the lead. Big courage. Watson got in his way, and the big body of Watson gets into spoil, but Brown didn't come too much unruffled, and Watson picks him up very shaken as we'll do a boundary throw in before going around the grounds. So it's in the scoring zone for Heathmont. Savory's in back position. The tap one by his opponent in Roberts, but at ground level it's a scrap for the ball. It has come free. Who's going to win it? Being thrown around like a ragdoll was Adams, but Kruger just gets on the end of the hand pass, and he spears a pass onto the wing. And it's a nice effort for the Basin to keep control of the ball in the hands of Brown. That time it was Jaden Brown who gets his short pass to a teammate in Thompson, who's been good. He gets on the end of a lot of things. Dowler's got it now at half forward. Too far for a score, so he looks at his options. He's held the ball for a long time, and the umpire says hurry up, and he short passes it up the field to Galante. But these are just short passes, getting small gains. Now the pass finally gets inside 50, but it's well read by the defence, and the punch comes over the top to concede a boundary throw in. Heathmont clogged it up nicely. Let's get some scores around the grounds with Barry Codds.
Yes, Division 1, it's South Croydon 3-4-22, East Ringwood 3-1-19, Blackburn 6-6-42 to Bourne 1-6-12, Norwood 5-3-33 to Montrose 2-2-14, Roval 3-4-22, Knox 3 behind 3 points.
Thanks, Barry. Dan Sensing.
Yeah, it's very laboured their move forwards, the Basin, isn't it? You mentioned those short kicks, whereas Heathmont are the opposite. They go long and they spread really well, which is absolutely killing the opposition at the moment. And
here comes the kick inside of Bruzy doing the roving. English couldn't take it with the flight, gets it on the bounce, goes by hand. Greg Williams style, as we mentioned here to a Bruzy. He gets wrapped up in the tackle, comes now here to Brown. He gets it to the other Brown, and his kick now in towards full forward, up behind the flight, unable to take the mark was Kennedy. as this socket off the ground, and doing the roving there is Bell. Goes onto the boot, can't get it through to the goal square, and the Jets clear this one out there, their half-back line. Brown's a long way up the ground, going to go one-on-one with Courage up against the much bigger man there in Watson, and lightweight versus heavyweight there, and we'll have a ball up.
I'm going to give points decision to Finn Brown there again.
Yeah.
Just smart, he avoided the contact, but he sort of hurt Luke Watson last time.
Unanimous decision victory there to Brown, beyond UFC 227, as this one moved out by the Bears. A hand pass over the top by Mills, finds his teammate there in Jared Bell, kicks this one in towards the half-forward line. It evades the Sheriff, and it goes out now here to Declan. Done well there has Cassini. His clearing kick, good tackle applied there by Bell. It's over the boundary line. Ball, boundary throw in on the half-forward flank for the Bears. You just see whenever a Bears player gets the footy in open play that there's 2 or 3 Jets ready to pressure him into making a mistake. Yep. They have kept the pressure up from the first term as that tackle won by Watson. And let's go to Barry Cots.
Yeah, some Division 2 scores. Upper Ferntree Gully and Lilydale 3-2-20. Upper Ferntree Gully 3 goals straight 18. And Mulgrave 4-3-27. Mitcham 2-1-13.
It's half forward for the Bears, but they're not making much progress, and another tackle flies in just to hold up Drake, and the umpire will have to get involved again. The Rucks go at it. Evans wins the tap down, but it's been sharked by Kruger, but he's wrapped up in 2 tacklers get on top of him and take him to ground. But Kruger, he's just getting his hands on it, just needs to be able to open it up. His teammates need to help him out a bit more. As the ball goes towards the 50, and Kruger just runs in and he just clamps his opponent. And Finn Brown, his teammate there, Mitchell Brown, said, I had already tackled him. Didn't need you to come in, but he did anyway. It's all the rage, that blonde long hair, isn't it, in the Basin team? So the Basin have got it with Thompson. He's skirting around the back of the pack. Loads up a long high one. He's hoping for a mark inside 50. No one at ground level for the Basin as they went for the fly. And the numbers will win out for the Jets. Pettigrew's got it. The whistle goes, but it's advantage to the Jets. And Odermatt takes a good mark close to the wing boundary line ahead of his opponent. He's kicked to Brown, leading his opponent there. And Roberts takes a good stretching grab. Roberts falls to the ground. Brown runs past him. His hand pass was on the bounce to his teammate. There's the, as the crowd said, the crunch comes in and it falls the way of the Basin. No one's hurt, thankfully, and we'll get on with play in the middle of H.E. Parker. It's a wobbling, bouncing ball. It's now being claimed by the Basin. The runner out wide is Kruger. Kruger in the centre looks for a spearing option. He gets the pass, 2v1 crunch on Brown. He doesn't win the mark, and it's a one-on-one close to the boundary line. They both dive in from each respective team, and the tackle flies in. It's a disputed ball. It eventually goes out of bounds, but the umpire says, give it to me, 40 metres out from the Basin's goal. That passage of play before where Finn Brown extended the jukes and took the mark and played on straight away, that's the difference in game styles between the two, whereas the Basin are more inclined to hold it up. So the Basin looking to get the next score. Kruger's there for the hand pass, doesn't get to him, and it flies out of bounds, so it'll be another boundary throw in. We'll get some scores before the next passage of play.
Yeah, Division 3, South Belgrave and Ringwood. Ringwood 4-5-29 to South Belgrave, 2 goals straight to 12, and Templestowe 4-2-26, lead Warrandyte 1-1-7.
As the Basin going around the body there, just missing everything. There, I think, was Brown. That's of the Jaden variety. And we got a free kick against Bruzy now.
No, I think he's just gone Robbie Muir at the umpire.
Oh, okay. Right.
So that's a bit rough if he has. Let's pull it back a bit.
Oh, no. Bo Dale is going to go now and line up here for the
He's appealing for the free because he thought he was held by the arm. And, yeah, clearly frustrated. And why wouldn't you be when you've done such a terrific job today?
So Dowler's kick, he's put it through. Second goal of the afternoon from the Basin, and both of them to Bo Dowler. He gets the second now here in the second quarter. The Bears move to 2-3-15. They trail Heathmont 5-5-35.
Well, 2 of Bo Dowler's goals today. One of them's come from the square, the other one from a free kick. So from an Abruzzi point of view, he may have 2 goals kicked on him, but it's not through a lack of trying. Let's
go to Barry Cots.
Division 4 scores: Glenmorley Hawks 4-3-27, Coldstream 3-2-20, Forest Hill 5-3-33, Bear Park 2-1-13, Whitehorse Pioneers 6-4-40, Nuttawading 3 goals straight 18.
Some interesting scores there. Forest Hill look like they're back in form in Division 4. Rucks go at it in this Division 3 contest. Heathmont versus the Basin. It's a lead of 20 points by the Jets, holding off. The ball goes the way of the Basin, who just kicked the last goal through Dowler. And it's now from the centre clearance. It's a wobbly kick, and it's been chopped off once again. And this time, the Jets will load up from half back. It's a dangerous ball into the corridor because a turnover might be punished. It's in the hands of Cripps. He's got a couple of short options, but he kicks it into the defenders in the way. And Naina trying to relieve the pressure. Hand passes forward 10 metres, but not directed to a teammate. So it's a turnover with Kruger got the ball, loads up from 50, goes all the way, and straight enough, doesn't get the journey. It wasn't spoiled by a goalkeeper. Yes, the goal umpire says it's conceded point just before the Basin had another look at kicking it off the ground. Thompson was there, but oh, he missed it, a fresh airy, and the conceded point by Sheriff, who was thanking his lucky stars that the foot to the ball wasn't done by Thompson.
Well, that Max Kruger lead up there, that was about the most open piece of play, or almost that they've had for the day so far, so they'd be very disappointed it ended that way.
So the kick out comes towards centre half back, down the hands now of English. He gets the left foot, brilliant smother there by Carlos. The loose footy though ends up back with the Jets, and they move it forward. English going to get take number 2. His kick in towards the half-forward flank on the near side of the ground, bounces inside, and we'll have a boundary throw in.
I think Kruger knew he couldn't kick 50, but he tried.
He gave it everything, didn't he?
So we'll go around the grounds for scores at all other games.
Yeah, Division 1, Norwood at Montrose. Norwood 5-3-33 to Montrose 2-2-14, and Roval 3-4-22. Knox 3 behind 3 points.
So a loose footy inside 50. Losing his footing there was Kruger. It comes out now here to Savory, and it comes out now here to McIntosh. He puts boot to ball. The kick's not going to have the carry. It's swatted down and into the hands now here of Carlos for the Basin, near side of the ground. His kick up towards the half back flank, and well taken going back with a flight there by Josh Adams. And he goes back now into the centre of the ground. Intended target, well read though by the Jets, and picked up there by Norris. Norris decides to play on. His kick in towards the forward 50. Intended target there was Bailey Stevens. It's a loose footy. Quite strong tackle there by McIntosh. Appeals for holding the footy, and they're going to get it. And the Jets have got themselves a free kick as a double trouble there by Stevens and Young. And they're going to get a... Young is going to be the one taking the shot from about 45 out straight in front.
Just another example of the pressure that Heathmont have applied. 2 of them just gang tackled him there, and they've played unrelenting footy today, Heathmont, that's for sure.
Hutchison Drake took on the tackle, but he sort of only just grabbed it, and the wrestle that he did try to avoid tackle meant that it was holding the ball against him, I reckon.
So Young lines up directly in front. Let's see if he's got the goods. The kick has got the carry, not the accuracy, and it's to the left. Just the 1 point for Heathmont on this occasion. 5-6-36. They lead the Basin 2-4-16. 13 minutes played here in quarter number 2 at H.E. Parker Reserve.
Galante will do the kicking out duties. It's a 20-point lead by Heathmont. 13 minutes gone in the second term. He's got a couple of shorts in the corridor. He'd have to be precise. Just gets over the head of Knowles, who was onto it. And that's a scrap for the ball. Thompson might try to kick it out, but he gets it to Adams. He's under a lot of heat, but he just weaves his way out of the traffic beautifully and gets into the centre circle for a long pass. It's his teammate in McCauley, who took a good mark under pressure. His quick kick gets out wide to Brown, who gets it onto his teammate in Cripps. Cripps loads up from 50. Boundary side goal of the day. Well done, the Basin. They were under a heap of pressure, but precise movement through the corridor, then out wide. And the kick from the right pocket from Cripps was goal of the day. They've closed the gap, the Basin. They're surging 3-4-22, trailing Heathmont 5-6-36. What a big goal, guys.
It was massive, wasn't it? And that's the difference there. You need to be able to move the footy quickly. That's about their best link-up play of the day so far, and it's yielded results for them.
More scores around the grounds with Barry Cotts.
Yes, Division 3 quarter-time score speed 2-7-19 to Donvale 1-3-9.
So Lockie Cripps' 16th goal of the season, probably his best, as Naina back into the ruck now here for the Jets. It's one now here by Young doing the roving. He looks for a hand pass, got too much in front of him. He hands off now here to Burley. Looks to have shaken off that earlier bump he got in the centre of the circle, centre of the ground. And a free kick going the way here of the Basin. The kick now comes in towards centre half forward. There's plenty of players there. Brucey v Dowler. Dowler just slaps it down right into the waiting hands of Brown, and he's put it through. 2 straight here for the Basin inside a minute, and they close the gap yet again. The Basin 4-4-28 trail Heathmont 5-6-36. Under 15 gone.
Well, an unlucky bounce there for a Brucey there. It's bounced straight back over his head and into the bread basket of Jaden Brown, who, you know, you got to take those half opportunities, of course, and now they're only 8 points down.
Well, Brucey, it'd be hard done by. Had a good first quarter on Dowler, and this second term he's sort of slipped off a bit. Well,
three goals now. Three goals now that he's sort of been directly involved in from the opposition. One's been a free kick, a dubious free kick. Another one's been a wrestle off that he lost, and the other one's a very unlucky bounce.
We should play the pre-game interview with Joel Caldwell, calling the Basin a surge side. So any lead on them is perilous because they can kick goals quickly. And haven't they just? They've closed the gap to now only 8 points, and it was in the first quarter where they looked totally disorientated as they trailed by more than 4 goals. So they're starting to win it in the middle. They couldn't clear it their way this time, but they're doing it well around the stoppages. It's a fight for the ball. It's at ground level where it's hard to pick up, but it's Heathmont getting the clearance out of that stoppage. At ground level, what it just avoids Odermatt on the try to one-hand scoop it up. So Basin clear the area for now, and the boundary line is their friend for the defenders, and it's out of bounds about 80 metres from Heathmont's goal.
Well, they needed to change something up, didn't they, the Basin? They were staring down the barrel of it. It looked like it was going to get ugly, but they've upped the tempo in this second term, and it's shown on the scoreboard.
Another scrap for the ball as the ruckmen do their own roving, and held up in the tackle was Young. As the Basin, they're just getting stronger in the contest. Roberts following up his own work in the ruck. Lachlan Roberts it is. There's a lot of double names in the Basin's team, so we might have to clarify every time we say. And now the tack flies in on Lachlan Roberts. And he was on top of the pack, but he had the ball and he was tackled to the ground. So it was a 3-way sandwich with the ball in there some way. Ground level Galante, roves Roberts. Roberts gets the hand pass from Galante. He shares it with Edwards, who gets it back to Galante, who gets it around the boundary line, but he's kicked it out in the full as he was under a heap of pressure, and it's a turnover kick on the wing to Heathmont. Short pass goes into Norris. Having a good game is Norris. He's looking at options. They look closed down. They've got back, have they, the Basin. Norris has to elude the tackler. He man on mark, he got around, but the man chased him from behind. Will get a free kick, and Finlay ran down Norris as he tried to play on and get around the man on the mark.
He pinned the arm perfectly to Aaron Finlay. He didn't have a chance, the Heathmont man.
So Finlay's short kick goes out now here to Mills. Gave him the one-arm drag there, did Finlay. Beautiful tackle.
Is that a wrestling move?
Yeah, it is indeed. As this one kicks in towards half forward now here for the Basin. A Brucey's in there. Can't get hands to ball. Neither can Declan. He's wrapped up there by Brown. Will have a ball up.
We're only missing like an octagon cage. Is that what we need?
We're missing Herb Dean. And
well, hopefully we don't see any stone-cold stunners this afternoon. That'd be bad news, wouldn't it?
Or from out of nowhere, Randy Orton is English as he grabs the footy and he's wrapped up.
I was more Paul Orndorff era, so I'm not sure about these names.
Doink Doink the Clown, Bam Bam Bigelow. Bring back the 90s.
The Attitude Era.
Attitude Era was the best. 96 to 2001. Here's the tap down here from Roberts, and a brutal traffic jam there, and we'll get a ball up. Well, not so. What, 2 months away until they come to the MCG?
Yeah, it should be good, shouldn't it? You might be able to get a glimpse of them if you've got a great pair of binoculars.
Yeah, or a telescope for $500. As this one moved out now, one the tap there was Evans, and the ball on the deck, and that's not going anywhere.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to see the Pope at the MCG.
Oh, really?
So we've gone from the Pope, Bono, and now we're going to wrestling. The MCG can do it all.
Oh, it certainly can.
And the infamous World Cup qualifying loss as this one moved out now here by the Basin out towards centre half forward. Taking this one is Thompson. He gets the right boot onto it, on towards the half-back flag. Great mark! Going back there was the Sheriff, and he kicks this one out now to centre wing, and an equally good mark there by Odermatt. Made that one look easy. He turns around, puts the left foot onto it, out towards centre wing, and a good mark taken by Brown. This is a good passage of play now here from the Jets, and Brown probably learned from his earlier mistake, just decides to go back and set this one up. He goes in short now here to Burley, and he turns and looks to see what's on offer upfield. His short chip is into the hands of Knowles. Got pushed there and, well, didn't get a free kick in the process.
Could have been 25.
As we approach time on, and his short kick now here finds Grierson. Grierson now kicks it, looks inside the 50. Savoury, unattended, easy as you like. And he's going to go back. Doesn't look like he's going to back himself. I thought he was looking for options. Dan Stenzik.
Well, Robbie Savoury really needs to go back and nail this one, because Abruzzi was streaming through centre half forwards, absolutely screaming out for the footy. So one teammate's been burned. He must nail this one.
They haven't kicked a set shot all day, though.
Savoury's kicked 7 for the year. He lines up dead on 50. Oh, that's a beautiful kick distance-wise. Accuracy, not so much. And it's just to the left. 5-7-37. The Heathmont Jets lead the Basin 4-4-28. We're into time on. Let's go to Barry Cotts in the score centre.
Yeah, some Division 2 scores. Bayswater 5-2-32, Park Gorges 1-2-8, Upper Ferntree Gully and Lilydale 3-2-20, Upper Ferntree Gully 3 goals straight 18, and Mulgrave 3-3-27, Mitcham 2-1-13.
Back to the action where Savoury, the drop mark in front of him by Thompson, and Savoury was onto it, so he got taken high as he was trying to be held up. And it's now a turnover kick, 60 metres out from Heathmont's goal. Savoury loads up a high up and under. The Basin had 3 going for it. So ground level, it's Burley who picks it up for the Heathmont. He hand passes it to his teammate in Knowles. Knowles walks around. He's called a play on by the umpire and he converts from open play. They do what they do best, Heathmont. They take their opportunities from open play and get the goal. 6-7-43 restores a 15-point lead for Heathmont, who lead the Basin, who are 4-4-28.
Yeah, he got around Lachlan Roberts pretty nicely there. He's, of course, a lot smaller than Roberts. But yeah, they haven't nailed a set shot all day, the Jets, but they've been very good on the run. So, yeah, we saw in the final series last year, that's what brought sides undone. So this could be bubbling towards going the same direction as that.
So there's a drop mark on the boundary line. I'm not sure if it was Thompson who dropped the mark, but it allowed Savoury to come onto the play. And they've been big on turnovers, Heathmont, today.
They have. As Clinton Jones, you'd see hobbling off the ground there for the Basin as Adams is wrapped up in the tackle. And 22 minutes played here at H.E. Parker Reserve. The hanger in Div 3 footy. Second last round of the regular season before we get into the business end. And both these teams sitting in contention, as that's going to get a free kick. I think that was up high there. And the free kick going the way here of Brown for the Basin. His kick out towards the wing, unattended there was Carlos. And he gets a hand pass out now here to Galante. His kick now in towards half forward in the direction there at Dowler. Well, took that on the knees, really. He didn't see it. I think he had the sun in his eyes, as the kick now, a clearing kick here from the Jets, is really short and probably just legal, as English on his knees takes the mark and decides to go back, to go forwards. Ooh. And dangerously so, as Declan read it, swings it across the full back line, and the Jets build from the back through Sheriff. He puts the right foot onto it. He goes in short, finds a teammate, and it comes right back out now here to Declan. He goes by hand now here to English. English sells the dummy and he puts the boot onto it. And the Jets racking up the possessions here in this last 30 or 40 seconds or so, as Sheriff looks for options upfield, kicks it up now here towards centre wing. Savoury, the target, flying at the back, and a good mark there by Macaulay. And he decides to settle things down, now plays on, kicks up towards the half forward line here for the Basin. Brown, well, spoiled there by Sheriff. Don't know that was the right decision. A kick there, Kruger, he got it by hand. A kick comes in towards the forward 50 now here for the Basin. Plenty of players there. Trying to take that was Thompson. Bounced over his head. Grierson got legged there by Kennedy. And it comes back out now here to the Basin. Here to Cripps. He puts one on goal and he's kicked it. Against the run of play, the Basin have added another. 5-4-34. They trail Heathmont 6-7-43, Dan Sensick.
Well, Heathmont would be pretty disappointed, and I think Jake Sheriff would be disappointed that he didn't take the mark there when it was going towards the Basin 50 metres, because he spoiled it, but he had an opportunity to mark it, but then it went across the ground and the Basin went forward, resulting in a goal.
So the score is Heathmont leading 43-34 late in the second term. Let's get more scores around the ground.
Yeah, more Division 3 scores. Ringwood 4-5-29, South Belgrave 2 goals straight 12, Ferntree Gully and Waverley Blues. Waverley Blues 4-4-28, Ferntree Gully 2-2-14, Templestowe 4-2-26, Warrandyte 1-1-7, Baronia 9-5-59 to Churnside Park, no score.
So Templestowe doing their end of the bargain of winning the games. they'll be looking at this game very interested to see who they could try to catch. It's in dispute in the middle of the ground. The Basin are getting involved. Brown's on the end of it. He hand pass forward to Cripps, who's kicked 2 in a row. He's going to put the third from around the corner, 40 metres out. He puts it high. He puts it long. He is a goal kicker. 3 this quarter. He's on fire, is Cripps.
3 straight for Lockie Cripps.
And it's, I suppose, we've seen a lot in this game that the Basin have been forced wide when they've gone inside 50, and it hasn't worked out too well for them. Well, they went direct then, and it netted a goal.
Well, they muscled it forward, and then Mitchell Brown saw Cripps. How does Cripps stand on his own when it's just been balled up in the middle? Yeah,
Joel Caldwell will be very disappointed with that.
So 3 points the margin as we approach half-time here at HE Parker Reserve on 98.1 Eastern FM, or streaming around the globe on EFL.org.au. The Basin have come right back into this game, and here's the centre ball up as that one moved up by Evans and winning the tap. English ran into some solid opposition there in Edwards, and the ball not going anywhere except back into the umpire's hands for a ball up. So 26 minutes played here in this second term. The Jets holding on to a 3-point lead. Evans wins the tap again. Knowles doing the roving. He gets slammed there by Adams, and he's won himself a free kick. And the 3 count in effect too. And he didn't make the tag.
He's got the stone cold haircut as well.
So look, it looks like I can't think of the guy. No, anyway.
We probably shouldn't stop with the wrestling.
Exactly right. Here's the kick now. Abruzzi, the target. Oh, he gets run into the back from Thompson. The ball jarred loose and into the hands there of Carlos. And we'll have a ball up at centre half.
It's starting to get hot, this game, isn't it? We spoke to Justin Stanton before the game and Joel Caldwell, and they said these two clubs consider themselves as rivals, and it's starting to show out on the field.
As English gets wrapped up, plenty of soul. I mean, that hit on Burley was for the shoulder on Burley, I think, was probably the...
Brent English wasn't happy either when he got up.
No. So into the ruck goes Evans again, up against their Macaulay. The ball one down, socket forward there by Thompson. Running onto it now is Sindri, but he was beaten to it, and the siren's going to beat everyone as Cripps, the man on the screen right now, with 3 straight goals there in term number 2, arguably the best player for the Basin so far this afternoon. The scores, 6-7-43 Heathmont lead the Basin, 6-4-40 at half-time here at HE Parker Reserve. Dan Sensing.
Well, 5 goals to